All right, everyone, I told you so. Kyle Rittenhouse found not guilty on all charges. That is, he had 5 charges against him, major charges. Some of them had lesser included. He's been found not guilty of anything, so he's free to go. He's free to go and get a good night's sleep for the first time in several months. I wish him well. I'm glad for him. This was the proper decision. I'm glad that the jury did not get intimidated by the BLM thugs and the Antifa morons hanging outdoors, claiming that they tried to dox the jury on multiple occasions, including that NBC, MSNBC journalist. Here's my thoughts. Kyle Rittenhouse, I really do hope, decides to look at this and say, I was defamed by Joe Biden, literally. He called him a white supremacist. He was defamed by the entire legacy media. He was defamed by multiple craptivists. Links in the description, by the way. I'll provide them myself. Bishop Talbert Swan, among others, defaming him, calling him a murderer. Well, he's been found not guilty of murder. You defamed him. I hope he sues all of you. I hope he sues you into fucking jail. I hope he makes you bankrupt because you deserve it. This is what we need to do in the United States. We are litigation friendly in the United States. Litigation happy, arguably. In the case where you have a teenager, he defended himself. He did nothing wrong. This has been found by a jury. And you have hundreds upon hundreds of corporations, individuals, etc., calling them things that they're not. Murderer, white supremacist. He trafficked guns, which he didn't do. His mom is culpable. I've seen so many people dogpiling Kyle Rittenhouse's mother for doing, as far as we know, literally nothing. Not driving him across the border. There's no evidence she drove him anywhere. He had an illegal weapon. He was there to start a fight. He was clearly there to try to kill people. He gave his, body armor away, but, he was still trying to kill people. He just didn't care if he was killed himself. Please sue them. Go Nick Sandmann mode. Nick Sandmann the other day, less than 24 hours ago, on, I think it was The Hill, did an op-ed defending Kyle Rittenhouse, saying, look, the legacy media, he uses the term liberal media, of course. I don't think that's quite appropriate, but the liberal media dogpiled me, called me a white supremacist, called me an extremist, called me all sorts of names. They defamed me. And then I sued them and made probably several $1 million. I hope that Rittenhouse attacks these people. I hope that he sues them. I hope he makes millions of dollars so that he can retire. Imagine, you're not even 20 years old. You're already retiring. You've got your little bungalow on Miami Beach, and you can do whatever you want for the rest of your life. That's what I hope for him, because he deserves it. He was dogpiled in the internet era, the Internet of Things, by a bunch of corporations that declared, they even banned people for contravening this, declared him to be a terrible person. There were people that were banned off of Twitter for posting nothing less innocuous than Kyle Rittenhouse did nothing wrong. Well, the jury just found exactly that. How are you going to defend those bans, number one? How, number two, if Kyle Rittenhouse is free, he's done nothing wrong. He was found by a jury of his peers to have done nothing wrong. Despite massive intimidation against the jury, how are you going to possibly hold up the cyber verdict against these individuals? I hope Kyle Rittenhouse chews you up and spits you out. It'll be, the time of my life is going to be watching Kyle Rittenhouse fuck with these people. And he deserves to be able to do so. This kid has fun about, how is he supposed to get a regular job? He's Kyle Rittenhouse. How is he supposed to go to a college like even when Nick Sandmann, who wasn't alleged to have committed any crime, he was just proclaimed to be a white supremacist. He barely was able to get into a college because other people thought that he was a white supremacist. What about Kyle Rittenhouse? He did kill several people in self-defense, as the jury has found. How is he supposed to live a normal life? He can't. He's Kyle Rittenhouse. I hope he completely fucks these people in the ass. I hope he gets multi-million-dollar settlements, and I hope that he has his own private island or something like that. That's what I want for him. I would love to, by the way, talk to Kyle Rittenhouse. God, I'd love to get him aboard and do like an interview or something like that, and it'd be probably more respectful than some would be. He did nothing wrong. You've got a teenage kid. He's attacked by multiple assailants. He defends himself. He didn't want to. He made this clear when he was on the stand. And by the way, taking the stand, I think a good idea in the situation because it personalized him. It personalized him. A lot of people thought this was a misstep. Well, I don't see all those lawyers out there who thought, and I'm not naming names, it was a terrible thing. The judges not wanting to declare a mistrial before the verdict was in, which was not guilty, so that doesn't make any sense, etc., etc., etc. Who told you so? It was Styx Hexenhammer. Really, I mean, let the kid be. Let him get a good night's sleep, and then let him sue all of these morons that defamed him. Let him sue all of them. I don't care whether he uses his defense attorneys or whether he switches. Maybe he gets a Lynn Wood on board or something, which would be a bad idea. Maybe he gets Rakita Law on board. Sue them. Take their money. Take millions and millions of dollars. Look, sue them for tens of millions. They'll settle for $500,000, and you know it's like winning the lottery over and over again because you were defamed. Half the world, at least half the United States, believes that you are a white supremacist with a chip on your shoulder. You're out to kill people. You went there with a grudge, which never made sense, but they posit this. You went there with a grudge to kill people. Some of these people still think you're a white supremacist, even though all the people that you shot at were white. There should have been a mistrial anyway, regardless of the verdict. We just have, I guess, a jump kick man has been identified. And he approached the prosecution, and they turned him away. They didn't even want his evidence. This is the most nutty trial that I've ever seen in the history of my life. Sue them. Sue the legacy media. Fuck them. Fuck MSNBC and Vox and the Young Turks. Links in the description. I'll get you Talbert Swan and a bunch of other people calling you a murderer and defaming you. Sue them too. I would love to see that happen. Talbert Swan should be on the defense stand for once. And he should be sued for making clearly false accusations with regards to your particular character. It's been archived, of course. Always use archive.today, and that's the goal. To all of you clankers out there, go out and find evidence of Rittenhouse being defamed. And I don't mean like, well, they said something that was mildly against him. No. Explicit defamation. They have to make a declarative statement. Archive it. Put it through archive.today and fucking put it out there. Give it to his defense. Give it to another lawyer. Give it to somebody. Keep it. Keep it in a notepad file. Because we need to help this kid because he did nothing wrong, and this was found by a jury of his peers. And now, by the way, I expect there will be more rioting in Kenosha tonight, so I'll probably be pulling a late-nighter. People will be going out and doing exactly the same things that led to Rittenhouse having to defend himself from the get-go. They'll burn Wendy's. They'll burn Walgreens. They won't burn the books, and they won't attack the bookstore because they can't read. They'll go and attack things. Maybe they'll attack the courthouse. Who fucking knows? These people are off the chain. The whole point is he defended himself against the liberals, a bunch of leftoid morons that don't have any self-control. So I'm loving it. I mean, I was very, very happy with the verdict. When I was watching it live, I was like, yes, yes. And now he can sue all of the legacy media competitors of the independent media that actually covered this thing from start to finish and were not goddamn bought out. Wonderful. I hope he bankrupts you. I hope he bankrupts Vox. I hope he bankrupts Talbert Swan. I hope he bankrupts the Young Turks. I hope he bankrupts MSNBC. I hope he sues you for untold billions. I hope at the end of this, he's richer than Elon Musk. Because you know what? At some point, these people deserve it when you act like that. That's about all. Peace out.